it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a video where I review all the products I received in my March Sample Society box. If you'll remember, it may even have been my last video of the April unboxing of my Sample Society box. I said I was going to do a review of all these products because one, I realized I hadn't and I really wanted to, but two, they just weren't really swatchable, and so to put them up on the blog I felt would kind of be a waste because there aren't really pictures to be taken and I would just ramble on, and I know I'm less inclined to read reviews if it's not like a cosmetic product, so I thought I'd just give you a quick little blurb of what I think of each product. So with that, let's get into it. Alright, I'm going to start with a product that's going to have the shortest review, and that's because I didn't use it, but hear me out. It's the Glyco Lactic Skin Renewal Peel Mask, and the reason I didn't use it is because I recently started on a skincare regimen by Murad, and it's a system, it's an anti-acne system that I started, and I know that some acidic masks can be really harsh on your skin, and so I didn't want to have this kind of intensive anti-acne system going at the same time and then maybe upset my skin with this because it can freak out sometimes. That's just no good. So I will have to hold off on completely reviewing this because I haven't tried it, simply. So that's that. The next product I'm going to talk about is the Fekkai Advanced Brilliant Glossing Olive Oil Cream. That's a mouthful. But basically it's just like a shine serum for your hair. Unlike typical, what I would think of as a serum though, it's not, it's a cream, obviously, like it says, but that means it's a little bit lighter. Maybe you don't typically think of creams as being lighter products, but I think when I think of serums, I think of them as being like heavier and oily, and they've always weighed my hair down, so I've never used them. But when I used this, I applied it mid-shaft to the ends, and it didn't weigh my hair down at all. It was really light. I think it kept my hair pretty shiny, but I don't typically have issues with shine. Normally I have issues with volume. So I was the first person who could tell you it did weigh my hair down, but I don't really know how it went in terms of shine, because I just don't typically need shine. But it was okay. I can tell you it didn't weigh my hair down. But one of the great things about this product is that it didn't take hardly anything to do what it's supposed to do to my hair. I literally used this much to apply, like I said, mid-strand down, and that was it. So hardly any of this sample size, this is deluxe sample size, but hardly any of it's gone because you just don't need a whole lot to get the job done. And I love that when a product will last me for forever. It'll sooner go bad than I will run out of it. I do like that. Oh, and before I move on to the next product, the one tip I have if you are looking to use this or having trouble using this, I find that I like to apply it when my hair is damp. I've done it both ways, damp and dry, and I find that putting it in when it's damp makes it less prone to being PC and looking too greasy and stuff like that. And I think it's because, you know, you put it in your hair before you blow dry it, and then your like round brush or whatever it is you use on your hair will kind of take the extra shine out, because I noticed that I was getting the same glossiness as I would when I would put it on dry hair, but not the same, weighed down isn't the right word, but kind of pieciness that a shine serum can give you if you put a little too much on. So for that reason, I like to put it on damp strands. So I hope that helps you if it wasn't working for you. Another thing I got in my March Sample Society box was this Oscar de la Renta perfume. I believe it's just called Oscar because that's all it has on the little box. It just says Oscar. And first of all, I loved how they gave the sample. I do love a good roller ball, and it's a fair amount of product. And it's then the roller ball, which is convenient for travel and throwing in your purse. You don't have to worry about it leaking and yanking the stopper out, and it's super convenient. Unfortunately, this scent wasn't for me, but now I know. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of sampling. It's very kind of baby powdery, a little floral. It's just very soft. It's a little less musky. Honestly, I do prefer a muskier scent, and it's just not musky enough for me. It's just very sweet, floral, kind of baby powdery. So for that, it wasn't for me, but I like trying it, and that's the point of Sample Society, so I got to try that, and that was great. Oh, I guess for some objective tidbits about this product, it did stay. I put it on my wrists and on the back of my ears. Those are just where I typically place my perfumes, although I've heard the wrist is outdated, but whatever. It's old habits die hard. So I put it in those places, and I noticed at the end of the day, probably what, 6 or 7 hours after going to class and being outside and acquiring all those other smells that you get when you're outside, I came home and I did a little smell test, and I found that it was, you know, it was still there. Not as strong as it was when I put it on my wrist, but it was definitely still there and noticeable. One of my pet peeves is when you have this perfume that smells amazing, but then after like 3 hours it's gone, and I just hate that. But that wasn't the case with this. I noticed it was always there. So, as an objective kind of observation, if you're looking to try this perfume, it does last as far as perfumes go, so that's good. Okay, I saved the two, what I thought were the two best products in March's box for last. First one is the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant, and I love the idea of powder products to begin with, but this in particular is so manageable, and it doesn't get like goopy or pasty, and it suds a little bit but not too much, and it just provides a really gentle exfoliation, and it's great for travel. So I've used the Fix Malibu, I forget the name, I'll put the name of it in the down bar, but there's a powder face wash that I like to use that Birchbox introduced me to, and I love that. I cannot think of the name of it. I'll put it in the down bar or caption it somewhere here. But I love that, and then I love this to go along as kind of an extra exfoliant. It's just the two of those work together as my daily or as my travel face routine, because I can't bring my full-size skincare products, and so those two kind of work together to get my face fully clean, and I just love it. The other thing is that this has lasted forever. It really didn't take a whole lot, just in the palm of my hand. I sprinkle it in there, mix it with water. It doesn't take a whole lot to get the job done. The one downside is that because of the holes in the top, if you travel with it and shake it around, you can open your cap and just waste a ton of it because it falls on the floor and on your clothing, and it's a big pain in the butt. So my suggestion is to put a little bit of saran wrap over the top of it before you screw the cap on, because it'll kind of keep everything centralized and you won't have it going everywhere. So just one tip from me to you that I have found when using this, because you don't want to waste product. That's such a tragedy. And the last product from the March box is this Skyn Icelandic Relief Eye Pen with Biospheric Complex. So this was basically supposed to be kind of a cooling under eye pen that I really did notice it was cooling, and at first I kind of thought, well, it doesn't, and it's not like the Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle or Anti-Puff whatever. It doesn't do any of that. All it does is cool. And at first I was like, well, why do I need a cooling sensation? Let me tell you. Spring has come and allergy season is here, and when you wake up with big, puffy, itchy, burny eyeballs and under eye areas, it's not pleasant, and this was just like a tropical paradise on my under eye area. It was amazing. Well, not tropical, because that's hot. You know what I'm saying? It was like sticking an iceberg under my eyes. It was so great to have that when I woke up and my eyes were kind of, you know, just not feeling like they wanted to wake up because they were so allergy-ish. I'm just really eloquent today, so that's that. But I liked it for that. No, it doesn't do anything else besides cool your under eye area, but during this time of year, that was an asset to me. So I thought this was a really good product. Alright, and those are reviews for all the products I received in my March Sample Society box. I'd love to know what you thought of the products that you got in yours in the comment section below. Overall, I'm really happy with this sample service. It's definitely, I mean, clearly it's not a makeup service. It's more skincare, hair care, fragrance, really any kind of those, but luxury brands, I do feel like the $15 you pay for this box, you're getting that out of the sample sizes you're getting, because, I mean, look at these aren't even gone after what has been over a month. This, well, I didn't really use that. But just all of these were great size products for $15, and I can see myself having them for months to come. So to me, that is very worth it, and I really encourage you to try them out because it's a great subscription service, in my opinion. So I hope this video is useful for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.